So, in the case of direct material, in the case of direct material, what if direct material purchased is different from direct material used? How can that happen? Suppose company bought $1,000 worth of raw material, which is 100 pounds at let's say $10 per pound. But the company used only 85 pounds of material. What does that mean? If they didn't have any beginning inventory, they have 15 pounds of direct material in ending inventory. That's allowed to happen. Why would companies do that? Either because they are getting some sort of a bulk discount and therefore they buy more raw material than they need, or if they feel that the direct material prices are going to go up higher in future, so we should buy it now. In any case, what happens if the direct material purchase is different from direct material used? How would our variance calculation be different in that case? What would happen in that case is that this middle column that you have will split into two columns. You will say actual quantity of input multiplied by actual price of input, actual quantity of input multiplied by actual price of input. Notice right now when I say I'm splitting them, they look exactly the same. Okay, but how am I going to make it different? This quantity that I'm taking on the left side will be actual quantity of input purchased, and this quantity on the right side would be actual quantity of input used. Why is that? That is because when we calculate price variance always uses the quantity of raw material purchased, and efficiency variance always uses the quantity of raw material used. Why is that? And that is because when you are trying to evaluate the performance of the guy who goes and buys the raw material in the market, then you are trying to see how smartly did he buy the raw material. So all the raw material purchased should be taken into consideration. But when you are calculating efficiency variance, at that time you are trying to evaluate how efficiently the raw material was used. So at that time you use the raw material actually used and not the raw material which is lying in the storage which has not even been used. Okay, so and that twist you require only in a direct material level 3 variance, meaning when you are given direct material different from direct material used, then price variance should be calculated on the basis of direct material purchased, and efficiency variance should be calculated on the basis of direct material used. Okay, we are going to take a look at a problem soon in which we will practice this, but right now let us do, okay, these formulas we know. Let's look at a problem. Suppose the pizza store that we keep talking about in the slides have the following budgeted costs. Standard cost, budgeted cost means the same thing. Company uses these benchmarks as 0.10 pounds of raw material for each unit, and raw material is purchased at $20 a pound. So if you were to marry these two numbers, it will notice that you are using raw material of $2 per unit. Correct? Similarly, you use half an hour of labor and you pay labor $30 an hour, which means you would use $15 worth of labor for each unit. Everybody okay? Now, what is the question asking us? The question is saying, this is your actual information, how many pounds of raw material was used, etc., etc. Can you calculate material and labor price and quantity variance. Quantity is the same thing as efficiency variance. So we are asking you to make this kind of a table. Direct material up on top, direct labor at the bottom. Write down the model, level 3 model up here. Fill up the numbers here, 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 here. Calculate price variance here. Calculate efficiency variance here. Similarly for labor, calculate price variance here. Calculate efficiency variance. So I'm asking you for 4 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you do it? Anywhere you are stuck, ask for help and we are here. But if you can set up the model, just write down the model the way it should be. Start putting in numbers the way you think they belong in each column, and see if you have all the numbers and if you can start doing the calculations for the 4 variances that I'm asking you for. But it's not multiplied by 1000, Nick. It should be multiplied by 980 pounds of raw material, which is the actual quantity of direct material used. Direct material price variance 5200. Where did 5200 come from? Wow. Oh, you mean labor? I see. Oh, I see. Labor. 5200 labor hours actually used. That sounds right. Okay. That seems right, Kyle. I think the window is running very fast, but I think 980U is something which a lot of people are coming up with, so that's what we should see. Okay. You could also, obviously, chat window to the side so that I can make the model. You could also make the model. Remember, the starting point to make all these things, you can always use the equation, but the starting point always is write down the model slowly and correctly. That's half the job. Actual quantity times actual price. Budgeted quantity allowed for actual output times budgeted price. Then you take the corners in and you say actual quantity times budgeted price. Obviously, if you want to remove the confusion, you can put a subscript of inputs everywhere here, but I'm quite sure it will go away. Okay, then you simply go back to the problem here, and then you say 980 pounds of raw material was used at the actual cost of 21 and 5200 hours at the cost of 32. So 980 and 21. Remember, we are talking about actual quantity of input used. Okay, now I know where you went wrong, Nick, because you took 1000 pounds or 1000 pizzas or something like that. Okay, once you have that number, then you say again, for budgeted quantity of pizzas, okay, direct material allowed is 1/10 of a pound at $20 a pound. So now you are going to marry company produced 10,000 pizzas. For 10,000 pizzas, what would they have allowed? 10,000 pizzas, each one of them allowed this much raw material and standard price being 20. Once you finish writing that, then you can actually take 980 in the middle and you can take 20 in the middle. Once you do that, then you say, okay, the difference between these two is price variance and the difference between these two is efficiency variance. So this one obviously says 980 outside, 21 minus 20, which means $1 extra was paid for all the 980 pounds of raw material used. So it is 980 unfavorable. Similarly, I had 1000 pounds of direct material allowed for 10,000 units. Okay, but I used 980 and I can use the scalar of $20 outside. So I saved the company 20 pounds of direct material at $20 per unit. So if I were to add these two up, what am I going to get? 980 minus 400 is going to give me 580 Same thing for labor. Step number 1, write down the model. Actual quantity times actual price, budgeted quantity allowed, budgeted price. Take these things in the middle. Okay, write down your numbers. Step 2, write down all the numbers that you need very carefully. Okay, step number 3, take the difference. Well, you have these numbers repeated here also, so you have to write them down. Then calculate price variance and efficiency variance. Done. Okay. Can you calculate price and quantity variances for direct labor too, guys? I think some people already calculated them, but let's try to do them. Actual quantity times actual price for labor, budgeted quantity allowed times budgeted price for labor, and then actual quantity borrowed from the left side, budgeted price borrowed from the right side. Now let us try to slowly put in the numbers very carefully. It says 5200 hours were used. I would write hours here so that I don't get confused, because input can only be hours and pounds and not units of pizza. Okay? I paid $30 of an average. I can repeat 5200 here because it gets repeated. Now I am told I paid $30 an hour, so I can copy 30 here as well. This is the number that I have to look up carefully. For 10,000 pizzas, they would have allowed me half an hour of pizza, half an hour per pizza. So I would have had 5,000 hours here. Always, okay, when you are doing the problem yourself, when you are done cooking up this number, take a quick look at what you have and quickly compare it to what you have here. If the number turns out to be in the same ballpark, 5,000 hours versus 5,200 hours, 5,000 hours versus 5,100 hours, you are okay. But if you are looking at 5,200 hours given to you in the question and your BQ star is like 0.5 of an hour, then you know something is wrong. It can't be that different, which means you forgot something. Okay? Once you have that, then you say, okay, 32 minus 30 multiplied by 5,200 is my price variance. Okay? And then compare these two, where I say, okay, I'm running out of room now. 5,200 minus 5,000 multiplied by 30 should be my efficiency variance. Everybody all right? Question? I don't see anything in the chat, so I'm assuming people are okay. All right. Let us stop sharing this and let us share this guy. Okay, Nick, here is one more chance. Okay, we don't need journal entries and stuff, so we should just stick to only part 1 of this question. Okay, same question again. 4 variances: price variance, efficiency variance for material, price variance and efficiency variance for labor. Exactly the same question. The only new trick that we have in this question that you have to incorporate is direct material purchased is different from direct material used. So once again, repeat your steps. Write down the model, fill in the numbers, calculate the variances for material, repeat the exercise for labor. Okay? Once you have all the 4 numbers, you can start typing them in.